I just can't say enough. Again, I believe in honoring people while they're living and giving them flowers. And so I just felt like it was time to give Mr. Charles Ogletree, Professor Ogletree, the Eddie Faye Gates Legacy Award. And before you clap, if you would, before we present this award, and of course he couldn't be here today, but his daughter is going to actually share some remarks via video, and so if you would turn your attention to the screen.
We are incredibly grateful to Dr. Tiffany Crutcher for honoring my father as we commemorate the 101-year anniversary of the Tulsa Massacre. We're sorry that we can't be there in person, but we're there with you in spirit. My father practiced law for more than 35 years. Over the course of his career, he taught hundreds of students as a professor of law at Harvard Law School. He represented clients facing serious criminal charges as a public defender in D.C. He also represented clients like Anita Hill as she sought justice during the confirmation hearings for Justice Clarence Thomas. His work, fighting for justice and what's right, took him all over the country, but there was no cause that he cared more deeply about than getting reparations for the survivors of the Tulsa Massacre. He once said that it was the most important legal work he'd done in his more than 30 years as a lawyer. He learned about the race massacre in 2002. In 2003, he assembled a team of lawyers and researchers and others called the Reparations Coordinating Committee. He initiated a lawsuit, and although it was ultimately dismissed, he was determined to make sure this country knew the names and stories of the Tulsa survivors. He got to know and love many of them, including Mr. Otis Clark, Mr. Wes Young, and Dr. Olivia Hooker. At the time that he and his team initiated the lawsuit in 2003, there were more than 150 survivors still living. He would often tear up just thinking about the number of survivors who never had the opportunity to receive reparations and justice for all that they and their families endured. While he isn't able to share his thoughts with us today, his words from 2005 still ring true. He said, "Until there's justice in Tulsa, there can be justice in no other place in America. We will fight with every legal, political, and moral weapon we have." If he could share his thoughts today, he would also share his deep appreciation and his deep pride that Demario Solomon-Simmons, his former student Eric Miller, and others are continuing this fight. Thank you again for this honor.
You all have to stand up on your feet for Attorney Charles Ogletree. You all can do better than that. Wow, that's amazing. And the last award goes to a young man who was a baby lawyer at the time, working alongside Attorney Ogletree. Someone I have so much respect for, so much love for, so much admiration, someone who decided to take this case on yet again, someone who decided to go against status quo and disrupt